Hi, I'm Cyaneink, and today I have a video that was picked in my Instagram stories. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I will leave the link down below, and at the same time you can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't done so. So today I have 5 my favorite fountain pens plus 2 runner-up fountain pens. And let's start with the number 5 on my list. And it is Sailor. And this is Sailor Procare Slim in green color. This is one of my most expensive fountain pens, and it has extra fine nib, very beautiful nib. It has actually, if you have been following me a long time, you know the story of this fountain pen. It actually went all the way back to the Sailor Japan for rework because nib had some issues when I got it. It is cartridge converter pen, currently empty and uninked, but reason why I got in the 5th place is that I don't like Sailor converters. They have super small ink capacity, like this size. Only this one arrives like for the ink, so they run out of the ink quite fast. But other than that, it has been very good pen and I really like it. Number 4. And you will see the size comparison. Opus 88 Demonstrator. Mine is stained a little bit in the purple because it has purple ink in it last time. And it has extra fine nib and special nib. And it has like this slit cut on the side, so it's a little bit more softer than regular nib. I wouldn't call it a flex nib, but it's really soft. This one is eyedropper, so the ink capacity is huge. You fill this whole barrel with the ink, so it lasts like very long time. And if you want to use it, you need to screw the back a little bit open. But how I actually use this one, because I don't do any flying or stuff like that, I always keep it a bit open, and this mostly stays in my desk. It hasn't been even leaking, even if it has been on my back. So here's the number 4. It's quite long and big pen and quite bulky, but it's still surprisingly nice to use. And I think one reason why it actually got the 4th place and not got in top 3 is the size. If this would be a bit smaller, I would probably use it a bit more, because now it's like quite big. Also, it has sometimes hard time to fit on the like pencil cases because it's really long and it's quite hefty. But it's very beautiful, and the ink capacity is phenomenal. I think this has the largest ink capacity in my collection. You can see compared to Sailor, it's like super. Then the 3rd one is Platinum 3776. And this is one of my earlier fountain pens. But the reason why I like this goes here mostly because the nib. It has ultra extra fine nib, so it's like needlepoint nib. And other thing is that this platinum cupping mechanism is like, I don't know how they do it, but it's like every time I cap this pen, it still keeps going, like ink never dries in this pen. And I actually use the platinum pigment inks in this pen, and I do most of the inking with this one. And even if I haven't been using it for a while, it still works perfectly fine. So that's one reason why it got into my list. And it's also one of those pens that I always keep it inked up because the nib. And also I like the classic black and gold look quite a bit. It looks a little bit like Mont Blanc, if you think it that way. And size-wise, it's really good. Only thing this is not reaching the top part, it's that I find this, because this pen is resin, I'm a bit worried that it may shatter. So, and it's quite expensive, quite hard to get hold of it. So that's why it got in the 3rd place. It's a little bit bigger than the Sailor, but smaller than the Opus. So number 2 is Kaweco, and it's Kaweco Sport Al. So it's aluminum version of the sport pen. I have many Kaweco Sports, I think I have like 5 or 6. And I had a hard time to pick which one is my favorite, but I have to say it's this black one. I have many of the beautiful green ones, also the pearl-skinned version. But this black one is the one I use the most and I like. I like its all black look. It has black clip. It works really well. It's small. It's actually perfect for my travel size journal. It has extra fine nib. I'm not so big fan of Kaweco nibs. I haven't had yet like good extra fine from them. They usually need some work when they come. Only problem I have with this pen is that they are cartridge converter pens, but not all converters fit. So I often have like the regular internet cartridge here, and I either refill them or I just use some like change the cartridge. That's what I don't like. I would love to have these as piston fillers or something like converter. Kaweco makes their converter, but it's a super small capacity, and for me, because I travel, I use more ink than writing, so that's one of those reasons why I didn't make this as top one. And this one is quite old as well. If you look closely, you can see that there's a little bit mark on where the cap meets the pen. But it's really nice. I actually use this unposted because I have really tiny hands, so I can use this unposted. But I can also use this as in the posted format. It's regular size. It isn't that heavy. Of course, it's a bit heavy because it's metal pen, but I usually don't like metal pens because the sections tend to get really slippery. But this one, it has nice trumpet size, so it's really usable. Then the number one, and I think some of you may guess this because it has been quite many of my videos. It is TWSBI Diamond 580, also one of my oldest fountain pens, and by far the most used fountain pen. When I was in the university, this one was like all the time inked with the Sailor Kiwakuro, the waterproof ink, and I use it so much. It actually has so worn down nib that I need to be changed because there's not much tipping material left. And yeah, that can also happen, but I would like to point out that this pen has got so much use. Like when I was in the university, this was the pen I used. I used fountain pen when I did the exams or some essays or stuff like that. I used only fountain pen, and this was the fountain pen I was using, so it has seen so much like bad paper and stuff. Reason why I like it, it's ink capacity, it's piston filler, also because it's really easily serviceable. You got the TWSBI wrench, you can open it completely and clean it out, and it's nice to hold. It has nice nib. Nib is also replaceable. You can actually open this here, and you can buy this nib housing part and change it. And I like that because sometimes when nib get damaged, it's really hard to find the replacement one. But this one I know that I can get the replacement one. Only sad thing is that the cap here is a little bit like smoked colored, and also mine has cracks in the cap. It doesn't affect the functionality, and it's super old pen, so that's quite kind of expected. It has some wear and tear here. But it's my most favorite fountain pen, and usually this one is inked. Nowadays, because I don't study anymore, I don't need to have waterproof ink in this one. I usually ink this with Diamond Autumn Oak because that's my favorite sketching ink. So let's see the two runners up I had in this list that got really close. Lamy, and specifically this Pikachu limited edition Lamy. And why it got so close is that it makes me happy. It has a sleeping Pikachu on the clip, and it came with a Pokeball type of case. It's limited edition. It's really nice. I still use it. I think this has extra fine nib, black nib. Lamy converters are really, they have large capacity. They are reliable pens, easy to clean. Also they are ABS plastic, so really, really durable. And yeah, but why this didn't make the cut? Well, it's because the Pikachu. Pikachu is really good, but this is really hard to fit in the pencil case. So it's pen that I often stays on my desk. So that's why it didn't make to the list. Also other Lamy versions, I was comparing it. And this is my favorite Lamy Safari I have in my collection. I have other Lamy Safaris, but these are the pens I like more. The other runner-up is Vanishing Point. I was really questioning myself, do I want to put this in top 5 or not? And why actually it didn't got into top 5 is probably that filling mechanism. It needs to have, I think it's good to have converter, but I usually use the pilot cartridge and just have this metal cap on it so it can withstand the mechanism there. But one reason was the nib. Even if I have fine nib here and it's equivalent of Western extra fine, I couldn't get this pen in extra fine. And that is something that affect it a lot, because I think if this would have extra fine nib, it would make it much easier in the list, because there's the Sailor extra fine nib that is really super fine. There's the Platinum ultra extra fine. Also, all of these pens are extra fine nibs, but these two are like really, really fine. So this having the extra fine nib would probably make it to the list, and maybe knock it out the Sailor one there. So yeah, these are my top 5 fountain pens. So leave the comment below what are your top 5 fountain pens, and do we have any similar favorites? So thanks for watching, and hope I see you in my future videos as well. Bye!